What if I told you that the most successful people you admire all have one secret superpower that nobody talks about? It's not intelligence, it's not luck, and it's definitely not working 24/7. It's something so simple, yet so powerful, that it can literally transform your relationships, skyrocket your productivity, and give you back control over your life. That superpower is boundaries. Right now, you might be thinking boundaries sound restrictive or mean, but here's the shocking truth. People with strong boundaries are actually more loved, more respected, and paradoxically, more giving than those without them. They're the ones who show up fully present in their relationships because they're not secretly resentful or burned out. Let me paint you a picture. Sarah works 60 hours a week, says yes to every social invitation even when she's exhausted, and constantly helps friends with their problems while neglecting her own needs. She thinks she's being kind and generous. But here's what's really happening. Sarah is slowly becoming a shell of herself. Her relationships are suffering because she's always stressed, and ironically, people are starting to take her for granted because they know she'll never say no. Now meet David. He works 45 hours a week, chooses his social commitments carefully, and helps friends within reasonable limits while maintaining his own well-being. David isn't selfish. He's strategic. And because he protects his energy, when he does show up, he's fully present, engaged, and genuinely happy to be there. The difference between Sarah and David isn't that one cares more than the other. It's that David understands something crucial about human psychology. When you have no boundaries, you teach people to disrespect your time and energy. When you have healthy boundaries, you actually invite more respect and deeper connections. But here's where most people get boundaries completely wrong. They think boundaries are about controlling other people or being harsh and cold. That's not what boundaries are at all. Boundaries are about managing your own behavior and energy. They're about deciding what you will and won't accept, what you will and won't do, and how you'll respond when those limits are tested. Think of boundaries like the walls of your house. You don't build walls to keep everyone out forever. You build walls to create a safe, comfortable space where you can invite the right people in on your terms. Without walls, your house would be chaos. Anyone could walk in, take what they want, leave a mess, and you'd have no control over your own space. The same principle applies to your emotional and mental space. Without boundaries, people can walk into your life, drain your energy, create drama, and leave you feeling exhausted and resentful. With healthy boundaries, you create a space where meaningful relationships can flourish. Let's talk about the 3 types of boundaries that will revolutionize your life. First are physical boundaries. These involve your personal space, your time, and your physical energy. This means saying no to that extra project when you're already overwhelmed. It means not answering work emails at 10 p.m. just because your boss sent them. It means choosing not to hug someone if physical affection makes you uncomfortable. Second are emotional boundaries. These protect your feelings and mental energy. This means not taking responsibility for other people's emotions. If your friend is upset about something, you can be supportive without absorbing their negative energy or trying to fix everything for them. It means recognizing that someone else's anger or disappointment is their emotion to manage, not yours to carry. Third are mental boundaries. These involve your thoughts, values, and beliefs. This means not letting other people's opinions dictate how you feel about yourself. It means standing firm in your values even when others disagree. It means choosing not to engage in gossip or negative conversations that drain your mental energy. Now here's the part that might surprise you. Setting boundaries isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice that requires constant attention and adjustment. And initially it's going to feel uncomfortable. You might feel guilty saying no. You might worry that people will think you're selfish or uncaring. This discomfort is normal and temporary. The key is to start small. Begin with low-stakes situations where the consequences of setting boundaries aren't too scary. Maybe it's telling your coworker you can't cover their shift this weekend because you have family plans. Maybe it's choosing not to respond to text messages immediately just because they came in. These small acts of boundary setting build your confidence for bigger situations. Here's a crucial insight about boundary setting that most people miss. You don't need to justify your boundaries to anyone. You don't need to provide detailed explanations or apologies. A simple, clear statement is enough. Instead of saying, "I'm so sorry, but I can't help you move this weekend because I have this thing, and I'm really tired, and I know you're counting on me," try this. "I can't help you move this weekend, but I hope you find the help you need." The magic happens when you realize that people actually respect clear boundaries more than wishy-washy explanations. When you're direct and honest about your limits, it actually makes relationships smoother and more authentic. But let's address the elephant in the room. What happens when people push back against your boundaries? Because they will. Some people are used to having unlimited access to your time and energy, and they won't be happy when that changes. This is where you'll discover who truly respects you and who is just taking advantage of your lack of boundaries. The people who care about you will respect your boundaries even if they don't love them. They'll adjust their expectations and find other solutions. The people who get angry, manipulative, or try to guilt you into dropping your boundaries are showing you their true colors. These reactions aren't about your boundaries being unreasonable. They're about those people losing their unlimited access to you. Remember, you're not responsible for managing other people's disappointment about your boundaries. Your job is to communicate clearly and kindly, then hold firm. Their job is to respect your limits and adjust accordingly. Setting healthy boundaries is ultimately an act of self-respect and respect for others. When you protect your energy, you can show up as your best self in all your relationships. You're more patient, more present, and more genuinely caring because you're operating from a place of fullness rather than depletion. Your boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They're gardens that create the perfect conditions for authentic relationships to bloom. Start setting yours today, and watch how every aspect of your life begins to transform.